Hello and welcome to what's new in Microsoft 365 and Copilot for April 2025. I'm Mark Thompson from supersimple365.com and I'm going to take you through these topics of Copilot, Forms, OneDrive, Outlook, SharePoint, Teams, and a couple from around Microsoft 365. But just a quick note, you might notice already, I only talk about the very high level details. There's over 30, maybe 32 slides, something like that, which means I haven't got time to go into great detail. So I would bore myself after that period of time. So I'm going to give you the headlines. You can see that the blog post is on the right there. Go to the notes of the video, follow the notes, follow the link, and then go and read about the updates that matter to you. Super quickly, you can buy this slide if you want to. If you're responsible for presenting this sort of content at work, it would take you maybe a couple of days to do a slide deck like this. You can go to the website, click on memberships, and then you can see how to sign up for it there, or go and click on the notes. But anyway, for those of you who don't want to do that, you can still keep up. I quite often have updates go out at 7:30 in the morning UK time. So if you want to do that, look at all the socials, look out for Super Simple 365, get signed up and keep up to date. All right, let's do some work, shall we? Updates to the M365 Copilot app for licensed users. So the M365 Copilot app is getting updated. Main change is you can see the navigation's all over on the left-hand side. The addition of Copilot notebooks, excuse me, quick sneeze. Copilot search, so you can find information fast with the AI-powered search. What else have we got? The Copilot chat in there, the create experience is getting upgraded, agent store, and all that sort of stuff is down on the left-hand side. But it might be just better to show you this. If I show you over on the website, so here's the supporting blog post. If we're just going a little bit here, you can see here's what you used to have, and here's the new experience, and it just cuts off the edge there. But you can see that it kind of breaks it down. That's repeated further down. Let's have a look at this. It really breaks down. There's a lot to read here. So more than I can cover in the minute or so I've got to cover it. So go and check that out, folks. Go and have a look at the blog post because that's quite a big change and might be worth you flagging to your colleagues. That change is due late May to late June this year. Now, what if you have a Copilot chat for your organization? So not the licensed version, but the free version. That's getting some updates as well. So there's a little bit less going on there, but you can see that the navigation's going off the left-hand side. Looks very similar, right? It's a bit sneaky, isn't it? There's a button there for you to request an upgrade to Copilot. Microsoft really wants those non-licensed users to sign up. But of course, I mean, they've spent, what, $20 billion a quarter? Yeah, that is a billion with a B, by the way. $20 billion a quarter for, it's got to be a year and a half now, hasn't it, on their AI infrastructure. And they want their money back, which is fair enough. Anyway, again, go and have a look at this separate blog post for that. I've got one for the licensed and the unlicensed, and it's got a before and after, and it's got a lot more detail. Again, May to late June. Copilot audio overviews for Word and PDF files in Microsoft OneDrive. So, what do we have here? So, I've got Word documents or PDFs here, and I look at it, and maybe I don't know, maybe for whatever reason I don't want to sit and read it. It might be that I've got like a little task to do on the side. Maybe I'm making myself a bit of lunch, but I still want to catch all this document. Or maybe the way I learn, I just struggle to read long documents, and I want it read out to me, so I can generate an audio overview. First option, the default, is a summary style, one person professionally reading me the document. Or maybe to help with my concentration, or just to help just me be engaged with this big long document, I can switch to a podcast style. So we've got two people discussing the document and telling you all about it. This is genius, isn't it? It won't be new to you. So I know Google's got these podcast style readouts already. But that, folks, is due early May to late May. Also, that is for documents in, look at the screen. This is for documents in your OneDrive, so you're doing it from OneDrive itself. This is also coming to within documents, so within Word, within Outlook. I can't remember whichever ones, if I'm honest, off the top of my head. But for inside the document, you're going to see this option as well. So look out for this in your OneDrive, but also inside documents as well. So early May, so early to late May for that technical witchcraft that's coming to your OneDrive. Copilot prompt gallery redesign and organizational prompts. Why don't I just zoom into here? So here on the left hand side, nice easy access to prompts that I've saved, the ones that have been pushed to Teams or inside Teams liked. Um, and then the organizational prompts there, I think they're going to be really, really useful when they come out. So enhanced, so we've got new homepage, so simplified, enhanced prompt browsing, just making it easier. Look at the right hand side here. So if I know what I want, I can just go to my menu on the left, or we've got this prompt of the week. We've got prompts by app, recent liked prompts, prompt by task. So it's just going to serve up for two types of audience: the people who know what they want, they know what where they're going, and those who just want a bit of inspiration over on the right hand side. What else? Organizational prompts: create, publish, manage, and use prompts tailored for your organization's needs. So if you've got the right permissions, then you can manage organizational prompts there. So I'm not sure. I guess organizational prompts, team prompts, I get instantly. I get that makes sense to me. Organizational prompts, maybe for smaller organizations, because think about huge mega orgs um, getting prompts that are of an interest to everybody. I don't know. Can't wait to see how that pans out though. Due early to mid-May. Use Copilot to create a single PowerPoint slide from a file or prompt. So you probably look at this thinking, but Mark, you could do this for ages in PowerPoint. Well, that was creating a PowerPoint a PowerPoint deck, wasn't it? This is for just one particular slide. So it might be that you can see the option here. So we can open an existing presentation or a new presentation. Maybe I'm halfway through a slide deck, and this particular slide, I know that I've got a Word document on the XYZ project, and I just want a slide about that about the content in that Word document. So I can say new slide Copilot. I can either type my prompt or I can reference a file. I can send it over, read this Word document, pull that in, and of course you're gonna have to do work on it, right? Because in my experience, I've never seen a slide that I was happy with right from the start. So it will pull it in, and then you can fine tune it, and it's just a nice quick way of just doing one slide. Looks great to me. Quite a big window here, late April to early June this year. Copilot will create a presentation summary as you open PowerPoint. So imagine that you get a lot of big PowerPoints come your way. You want to keep track of, or maybe you've been off, or maybe a few of you are working on a document together. As you open this document, I'm going to get this summary here, but look at this. I've got the option there to open this full summary. So I click that, and now I can read. I can read much more detail, and I can chat with Copilot. Look at that option there. So I can then ask questions about the slide deck, or of course, if I realise that it's good use of my time, I can go and read the rest of the slide deck. I have this already, folks, and it's really nice. It's not intrusive. It just pops up over the side, and it works well. Will only appear once in a 24-hour period, so it's not going to just keep nagging you. But folks, due mid-April to late May, and that I really like. M365 Copilot gets better file grounding refinements. Just a quick one here. So I'm looking for a file. I'm starting my prompt, but look at this. My files here on the existing experience, they're just all kind of jumbled in together. But over here, I can fine tune it. These drop downs for type and people, they're probably familiar to you from Teams. You do a search in Teams, and those drop downs will probably be really familiar to you. But you can fine tune your search, and you can see maybe just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of 5 mixed files, maybe 5 PowerPoint files. So it's just a little bit easier if I don't know the name of something, a little bit easier to browse to it. Okay, so you can just focus on the files and the people that matter to you. Due late April to mid-May. Some quick updates now. Microsoft 365 Copilot users can search Copilot chat sessions. I've told you about this in the past. Been pushed back a little bit. For those of you who don't know, that clock icon there tells you that it's been pushed back for some period of time. Now due by mid-May. Another delay, ground your M365 Copilot prompts in SharePoint and OneDrive. So this looks quite nice. Again, I've told you about this before. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and read the blog. It just means that you can just focus on a particular area just to narrow down your grounding or where Copilot's looking. Again, due middle of May. So middle of May is going to be busy for Copilot. What we've got here. So this icon tells you that it's from the 365 roadmap, and these updates are a bit further out, low detail. You certainly shouldn't trust the date, but they give you an idea of what's coming. So M365 Copilot memory, so it remembers the conversations that you've had and what you're interested in. You can manage that, you can clear it. The details, I must confess, I'm not great on the detail of that. I've just seen a couple of lines about it. I'll most likely be telling you about that next month. But June, May, we'll see. But I'll certainly be telling you about that next month. Fix all spellings and grammar issues with Copilot. You're going to document, and if like me, you're not the world's greatest speller. I gotta be honest. I do it as I go along. I personally like the built-in tools, but I also out of work I use Grammarly as well. It'd be interesting to see whether this could replace Grammarly. I use Grammarly everywhere, so maybe not. But anyway, fix all spelling and grammar issues with Copilot. Looking forward to this. Due April, so we're out of April now, so that's probably not going to happen. But I'll be telling you all about that next month. Okay, let's pause for breath and have a look at. It's quite dark in here, isn't it? Just looking at my video feed. Sorry for that, folks. So forms. Users can reference files and forms to help generate drafts in Copilot. So what we got here. So, okay, so I've opened forms. I'm starting from scratch, and now I want to refer to just an existing form or a document that I've got. So it might be that maybe I've just got this roughed out in Word documents, or maybe you've got something that you're going to give to a client, and actually you want some feedback on it. So wouldn't it be great to just be able to create a form based on the document itself? That should save you a heap of time. Due early to late April 2025. So that should already be out by the time you're seeing this. Copilot forms will help you collect responses and monitor form progress. So what we've got here. So you can specify your goal, your deadline, and it will help track your progress and give you nudges when you need to chase people up. Look at this. So you can see I need at least 200 responses before this date, and now it's giving you ideas what you can do. If you're not sure how to get something out, if maybe comms isn't your thing, and you're just you've been given this task, it's not your normal thing, then maybe this would help you, give you some ideas to get that done. Folks, should be available now. Copilot Forms is going to help you refine and edit your forms. So let's look at this. So you've got your form done and you think it's a work of art, but maybe you just need a bit of help making it a little bit better. So you get some ideas here. So you can shorten it, you can change the question types. But what if I actually want to view it on the canvas? So if I have a look at this, I can see the suggestions. So I've got the options go in and it'll show me that there you can see it's deleting these questions and optimizing question types. So you can actually see how it looks. And if you want to, you can apply it and you should have a slightly better form. That should be available right now, folks. OneDrive. Use Copilot to catch up on meetings in OneDrive. The Ask Copilot, I only wrote this up a couple of days ago, so let's have a look at this. So we've got this new button. So I checked, I don't have this yet, but you got this new option here for Ask Copilot. Do the drop down, and let's see some of the options that you get. You can recap of meetings. So let me go back a bit actually. So I've gone to my OneDrive online. I've clicked on meetings. I've scrolled down to my past meetings and I see them, and we've got a recording for this meeting, a transcript, and now I've got this new button here. So I can recap that meeting, generate meeting notes. I can have highlights. I can highlight the app mention, sorry. You can see at the bottom there, I can ask it a question, so I then get engaged really quickly, get into engaging with Copilot and asking about that meeting. Great way to catch up, I think. Maybe come back off leave and you go look at your previous meetings and you've got you got access to them. You can just get caught up real quick. Due by mid-June. New PDF compression feature coming to SharePoint and OneDrive. This is great. This is not about Copilot. Not obviously anyway. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes? Choose from three compression levels. So you can see here that on the left-hand side, I've said I would like to compress my PDF. Three options, and this is the images that it's reducing. The 25, 50, or 75%. I guess it depends on the quality of the image to start with, right? I don't know. I'm not good at images. I guess what you can get away with depends on how detailed the images was right from the start. Anyway, so you can see there that you can save your copy, and then you get notified that it's worked. I wonder whether we're getting more and more conscious, aren't we, of our carbon footprint in the workplace, and every single file that lives on a disk that is accessed, that disk needs electricity, right? So all your files are taking up are using energy. So I wonder whether if this works and it's good and there's no obvious downside to it, whether this will become part of an organization's greener storage tips. We've got to wait to see how it pans out, right? See how useful it is and easy to use. But that's due early to mid-May. Folks, let's go on to Outlook. So category shortcuts are coming to new Outlook. So it's this bit that's new here. The category shortcut there. The ability, instead of clicking on it, adding a category, choosing a category, you can just click a shortcut key and then it will apply. It's already available in Outlook Classic. I had to go and check. I didn't believe it, but it actually is. And friend and colleague Kirsty, she's told me one of the great things about categories, and I don't know how I missed this, is that you can apply it to you can apply them to emails, to calendar events, and to people. Let's say that we've got the blue category is called the XYZ activity. I can then search by that category, and it will show me everything that's been applied to. So not just my emails, but it will show me my appointments and everything, just everything that's had that category applied to it. So everything to do with the XYZ project. So check that out, that functionality. That the categories for start, but also that shortcut. And over in New Outlook. Outlook Online, settings, accounts, categories, and this is the new column that's going to appear. So another example of New Outlook catching up with Classic, due in June to mid-July. View and manage your shared email accounts using Shared with Me. So I gotta be honest, I somehow have just escaped having to get too engaged, too involved, or have mailboxes shared with me or shared mailboxes, and that whole side of Outlook. I don't know how I've managed to dodge it, so I don't know that much about it. So I'm going to keep this nice and high level. A new settings page called Shared with Me. So we've gone into Outlook settings on new Outlook and Outlook Online. Settings, accounts, this new section here, Shared with Me. So it's going to show you allow to manage all the shared email accounts and folders. You can see I'm really reading this one that you have permission to access. After rollout, you can then add new ones to it if you want to. So details are a little bit light, or maybe they're not light. Maybe I just don't quite get it. You can have a read at the blog details, but somewhere between June and July, you'll be able to try that for yourself. Open attachments while offline in new Outlook. This kind of feels like, how is this not always a thing, right? Maybe it's deliberate. I don't know. It felt like a limitation rather than a feature. But you can see here we've gone to the settings area again, offline, and we've had to enable offline content. You can see there offline mode and offline attachments are enabled due June to mid-July. And you just take it for granted, don't you, when you use Outlook Classic, that you can do that. But that's going to New Outlook. And so New Outlook's getting more and more. It's getting better, isn't it? It's getting more and more aligned with the old Outlook, and it's definitely getting closer to becoming the thing that we use in the workplace. Some quick ones. Outlook Mobile, edit a recurring event from a chosen date going forward by selecting this and all following events. So I told you about this last time, didn't I, about on the new Outlook. So you get this third option. So not just edit this event, edit the series. It's from this date forward. Because actually, think about changing all everything in the series. You're changing the past. So if and it'll knock your calendar out, and if a meeting has happened, it should be left as it is, I think. So this and all going forward is now coming to the mobile version of Outlook. Drafted Copilot highlight and rewrite coming to Classic Outlook. So interesting. So those Copilot features are coming to Classic Outlook. I'm really surprised that they're bringing it to Classic Outlook. There must be a reason for it, but I thought they would just neglect Classic, or maybe or maybe this is part of their push to get people using Copilot. They know a lot of people still use Classic Outlook Classic, and they just want them to be exposed to these features as well. I don't know. Anyway, May to June. Copilot can generate an audio overview of a linked file in an email. So this is a bit like that thing I told you about earlier, wasn't it? The thing that happens in your OneDrive and SharePoint. Copilot can generate an audio overview of a linked file in email. So I wonder whether this would be especially useful if you're on mobile, so you're kind of on the go, and you want it to things get read out anyway, can't they? But Copilot will be more succinct and better. Anyway, if that's of useful to you, I'm trying to think of a use case for that. But Copilot can generate an audio overview of a linked file in email. Great for usability, accessibility, and I guess if you're multitasking, good for that as well. Due May. Work hours and location, go into the Outlook My Day pane. So the My Day pane on the right, is that on the right for you? But on the right, it's been rolled back and put on hold as of the 3rd of April 2025, and a new date hasn't been released yet. SharePoint, new document library template type, resume repository. So you've got this new option down here, this resume repository, and it will do some automatic things. So it'll create these columns and do an automatic. It's probably all got the columns actually as part of the template, but it will extract from the documents. But this is pay as you go, so this is not going to be unless. So you need to have pay as you go services enabled as well. And I wonder how many organisations have that. Maybe small, compact, with lots of trusted, knowledgeable SharePoint users. But anyway, if that's of interest to you, I think you'd have to have a good reason, wouldn't you? You'd have to, maybe it's like a core part of your job, maybe HR or maybe recruitment is your job, folks. Anyway, early to mid-June. Customize your SharePoint sites with multicolour themes. So there's quite a bit to read on this actually. So maybe worth you going and having a look yourself. But you can see the ability here to create these custom themes. I can't be honest, right? Maybe it's just my age, but I can't get on with those colours. Just look, maybe it's retro. I don't even know. Anyway, you can create you can create your themes. There's also eight out of the box themes for you to use as well. So if fine tuning themes is your thing, then you've got that coming your way due early to mid June. Some quick ones for SharePoint: protect PDFs with passwords on OneDrive for web and SharePoint, now due in May. Collaborating on pages while co-authoring, push back to quite a bit, right? So that date isn't right, but push back to July, August. Advanced page analytics. So this will be quite interesting. I don't know all the details. I'll tell you about it next month, most likely. But if you look after pages on your intranet, or maybe you've launched something and you want more detail in the analytics, because they're a bit basic, aren't they, at the moment? So I'm hoping that there's no special license need for that. It's just like if it's your page, you can see the analytics, but we'll see. I'll tell you about it next month, no doubt. Document libraries, a new forms experience for streamlined document collection. So June, July, wouldn't it be great if you can just a bit like I guess Microsoft Lists, the way you can create a form that goes over your list, and you can share that just that form itself. People can fill it in. It populates your list and lists. So the ability to get a document collection, maybe for whatever reason you need to just get documents off people, or maybe they need to fill it in, or I don't know, read it and sign it, or whatever reason you need these documents, right? So you create a form, they can fill it in, attach it, and it automatically puts it into your document library with, I'm guessing the form could do your metadata and your columns as well, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be telling you about that next month. Microsoft Teams. Pop out live captions and real-time text in Teams meetings. So the first one is these live captions. So I've got live captions on, and maybe we've got live translated captions. I can pop it out into a new window, move it around, resize it. It just means that maybe I can focus on it better, or maybe multitask for whatever I need to do. Even more impressive is this real-time text. So in real-time text, so people can see what you're typing as you're texting. That's coming to Microsoft Teams. So once you turn it on, you can't turn it off unless everyone leaves the meeting and comes back in. Once it's on for the meeting, it's on for the meeting. But that can be popped out as well. And from an accessibility, it's meant to really work for some people. Wouldn't work for me because my spelling's terrible and I can't type. So you'd be able to see how bad I am at that. Um, but yeah, looking forward to that. Both of those options, about to pop both of them out, is coming anytime now, early to mid-May. Town hall town hall organisers, co-organisers, and presenters you can preview as an attendee. So it might be that you've joined and you want to join on another device and see what it looks like as an attendee, or right from the start. Look at this bottom right hand corner. I can preview it as an attendee. So I'm fortunate enough to have nothing to do with town halls, but generally speaking, they tend to involve important people and lots of people in the audience. So you want to get it right, don't you? So you and your team want it to be perfect. I think this is just so you know exactly what people are saying. I think that's going to be super useful just to settle people down. You know that it looks like how you're hoping it looks. Due mid to late June. A new way to create channels and to create channels in Microsoft Teams. I don't know why we need a new way to create channels. In my head, all we're doing is making that menu at the top a bit more cluttered. I don't understand why we're doing it, or they're doing it. But anyway, so I'm going to say at the top, I want a new channel, and then I select my team, and I can push it into my team. I guess rather than going into my team and then creating it in there, I can push this to the new team. No idea why they've brought that out. I just see it just cluttering up another menu. Due mid to late June. SharePoint slide control for presenters. So use the new slide control feature in PowerPoint during meetings and events. So it allows presenters to give to give control of the slides, so not to share the screen, but control of the slides to other users. I've read the announcement 2 or 3 times, and I can't work out whether you need to be a presenter because it says other users. So I'm hoping that it's just other users in case you forgot to mark them up as a presenter. Anyway, look at this. So I've been given control of slides. So at the bottom, I've got this little control. I can go forward and back, and hopefully it will get rid of that. Next slide, please. Oh, go back a slide. Or can you move the slide forward? And that just, that clunky vibe. Due mid to late June. So when that comes out, folks, if it's me, I definitely will be having a little play to see how the handover works. It's worth you just getting that bit right. The general channel for new teams is back. You can name the general channel. So name the first channel general. Remember when the ability to rename the general channel arrived? At the same time, when you create a new team, you lost the general channel and you had something called the first channel that you had to name. Anyway, you can now just type that in, or you can use that shortcut there to call it general. Existing first channels, you can now rename them to general if you want to as well. And if you name it general, it will appear at the top. So just to recap the last bit, if it's named general, and only if it's named general, it will appear at the top of the list, due early to mid-May 2025. Let's wrap up with some quick ones. The ability to add name pronunciation to your profile card in Teams and Outlook available now, but it's off by default and your admin has to turn it on. Live captions copying disabled for Teams meetings. Now, I don't know whether, I couldn't see whether this is going to be Teams Premium or just regular Teams. Anyway, it's due mid to late June, and we'll see. Hopefully, it'll be available for all teams. Real-time text, told you about that. Not the pop-out bit, but the real-time text themselves itself is due mid-May. And the files tab in Microsoft Teams pushed back a little bit. This being renamed, the shared. Has been pushed back a little bit. So mid-June to mid-July. That'll be familiar from chats. That's already happened there, but it's coming to channels as well. Some for the future, automatically set your work location by Wi-Fi network just based on where you've logged onto, or set your work location. Meeting option suggestions in classic Outlook, so that should be quite helpful. Detect sensitive content that's been shared in meetings. That sounds like a Teams Premium thing, doesn't it? But we'll see. And configurable keyboard shortcuts. I'm guessing I'll be telling you more about that next month. Okay, let's put the wrap up. Before I wrap up, so you might know that I've got a little side hustle with three colleagues and friends. Um, we're creating courses under the banner of Easy Learning with Us. I've got 100 seats for this one. That just gives you a taste of across Microsoft 365. So Word, OneNote, PowerPoint, Windows Planner, etc. So it's just got these 9 modules with a little quiz and a recap, and just a little taster of what they can do for you. So people saying to you, I don't really get OneDrive, or I don't know why I would use Planner, then this would be a great course for you. I've got 100 seats that are free. You can see there that's a screenshot of it. So you want to go to the notes section, and you'll see you'll see that a link there, and the first 100 seats are free. So go and grab one of those. Copilot in Word gets new document snapshots, superpowers. So the Copilot summary at the top of the Word document. So you be aware already that you've got summary. Look at the new stuff: insights, activity, discussion, and coaching. So the insights gives you a quick insight of the numbers. Activity, what's changed since you last opened it? I can't wait for that. Imagine you're working part of a team or comms or training or whatever, right? You work on this document, a shared document. Activity will help you get caught up with what's happened since you last touched it. Discussion, all the active comments and discussions, and coaching. So maybe you've done a document and you need a little bit of help making it a bit better. Due late April to late August, and I can imagine. So think about that summary that's coming into PowerPoint that I told you about. I bet you this feature is going to come across to all the apps. So this type of functionality is going to come to Copilot in all of the Office apps, but we'll see. Okay, so April to August for that one. Big gap, isn't there? Folks, hopefully that was helpful. If it was, keep watching, keep subscribing. You can see that you can follow on most of the socials. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you next month.